Alright guys, it's time for me to whisper to you in ASMR with this new microphone, right? I haven't done a rambling video about Dragon Ball FighterZ with this new thing. Anyway, so people have probably asked what my thoughts on Season 3 were, and I'll split this up. I'll do this, and I'll do, because sometimes I make those videos talking about characters, so I'll talk about Vegito's changes in this as well. But anyway, what do I think about Season 3? And I know this isn't, my opinion on some of this stuff probably isn't fun because I'm not a very, oh amazing, oh this sucks, oh amazing, oh this sucks. You know what I mean? I'm too thought out, right? And I guess when you don't have extreme opinions like that, I think it probably doesn't give people a boner. But anyway, Season 3, what do I think? I mean, it's basically what the fuck I said, right? They had that interview with the lady, and I can't believe it was a real interview. And the long story short is Dragon Ball FighterZ is still a very extremely hypocritical game by nature and terribly fundamentally flawed. But so if we just go by that interview that girl had, the guy was like, oh, can you tell us about the new stages and the new moves you're going to have in the game? And, she was just like, oh no, we're not having any new moves. We're not doing any of that. We spent the entire year thinking about assists. And I was just like, oh my God, Jesus Christ, I hope that was a fake fucking interview. But of course it wasn't, right? The only new move we got was this Mugen Ginyu move, right? And first of all, on that subject, just to get this out of the way, stop being a fucking apologist for a game when you paid money for it, okay? This game is not so fucking amazing that like, oh, it's so hard to make a new stage, it's so hard to make a new move. Why the fuck are you apologizing for the game when you paid for it? Stop. Soul Calibur 6 barely fucking survived, and it had a ton of new moves when it got patched. It is not normal for games to have this many patches and not have new moves. This game's animations are not so fucking amazing, dude. Vegito still has these huge, look at that, that's fucking terrible. They still haven't fixed that. You think this game is so amazing? Look at every character. Do you know every character almost has the same hit animation? Look at this. There's Goku, blah, blah, blah. Do you think that's different than Vegito's? Wait, no, that's the exact same animation. Wait, they all get up the exact same way. Look at Cell. You know what I think different from Cell is? Cell's eyes are open, but nope, same exact model. He gets knocked down and up the same exact way, okay? Stop being a character okay? Because it's fucking not, okay? Anyway. As for the assist, though, what I said, and again, I don't know how the fuck you can say it's too hard to make a new move in a game when the game is 3 years old now and you can't add a new stage. It's ridiculous. But for the assists, like I said, I'm ambivalent towards the assists. It's kind of neat, like say Brawly has, and I said this too in the video. I was interested how they were. The only interesting thing about the assists was how I said in the video, how certain of these like these free layup assists I was talking about, they actually have different properties. So I don't have them on a team, but Vegeta teleported and he did like a DP. And I was like, oh shit, will it actually be a DP? Because that's pretty interesting, right? Like just like Brawly comes out here, his layup assist is a laser beam. And it actually beats other fireballs and it can get into beam wars. So that has like an extra kind of like interesting thing to it, right? Besides just say Gogeta, he kind of comes close to you like that, and say Vegeta or Vegito, let me tag out, like, Vegito will home in on you wherever you are, so it's kind of, there's a little bit of an interesting thing in that kind of nature, but then you get into things like that Vegeta assist, and his DP isn't invincible when he does it. And you might say, Clayton, that's fucking retarded. Why would you want that to be invincible? He teleports right next to you and he does a DP. You want that to be invincible, Clayton? And the answer is yes, I fucking do, because he does a DP. I don't care if it's a fucking teleporting DP. It's supposed to be like that, dude. You're supposed to have broken shit. There's supposed to be a reason like, oh shit, you want to do... Again, I don't have Vegeta on the team, but Vegeta's like... shooting like fireballs all over the place, right? It's a powerful assist from a certain perspective, right? So to balance that, he has another kind of potentially powerful assist where he just teleports right in your fucking junk. and he does a DP to a layup, right? There's always going to be assists that are more powerful than others. So that was kind of like, that was disappointing to see that certain things like, oh, Brawly's shit does beat other fireballs and it counts as a laser beam. Oh, some of these assists actually do home in better than the other ones, right? But then you have certain ones where the attributes are just fucked up. Anyway, overall, like I said, I'm ambivalent to assists. You know, I see the good and bad. So again, my perspective on it has not changed, right? And I guess that's probably the boring thing because I don't have knee-jerk reactions to things. I've been playing video games for too long, right? As for the EX moves, again, I'm still kind of ambivalent to it. It's kind of neat, you know, I'm whatever to it. I understand a cool part about it. I understand a bad part about it, you know, so I guess it's fine, right? The one thing I will say that is stupid is some of the EX moves did get toned down, and, you know, I understand the perspective of, hey, well, now that it's less meter, we can't have the EX move be as good. But it's kind of like, wasn't the whole point of making the EX moves cost less meter to kind of have that potentially spazzy broken shit? So no, so I think there's a perspective again why I'm saying I'm back and forth about it, because you shouldn't have toned down any of the EX moves from a certain standpoint as well. Yeah, some of them are going to be super powerful when they're only half a meter. That's the fucking point. You want them to be used more, so then you kind of just, oh, well, that one's too good. You know, again, I see the perspective of like, oh, well, that one was too good, so we got to tone it down. But, dude, do you not trust your own vision? It's like, again, it's hypocritical, right? One step forward, one step back. Like, what do you really want to do with this game? You might be like, oh, well, if the EX move is too good, you know, you're just going to be getting pressured by the EX legs the whole time. Like, well, then we're getting into the fundamental flaws of Dragon Ball FighterZ, which should have been fixed, which were not fixed as well, right? Again, I still think this thing is cool. That's a good change, whatever. You know, I'm trying to think what else I could say. You know, speaking about the fundamental things of the game, I just think, you know, it was so sad. They have this new FighterZ Dojo thing, right, where it tries to teach you how to play the game. And one of the ways it teaches you how to play this game, and it's just such a fucking meme of wait your turn, there's actually a training mission where it's like, hey, you do your move and it's the end of your turn once you homing dash, so this is where you call your assist. How fucking sad is that, dude? There's actually a training mode thing in this now dedicated to the whole wait your turn meme. Hey, your turn is over after the thing, but you can call your assist when you homing dash, and then it's still your turn. How fucking sad is that, dude? How fucking forced and pre-planned is that? And they even have it as a fucking training thing, a training fucking menu or whatever the fuck, training mission. So sad, right? Your turn is when you pick your characters in the game. You know what I mean? It's just wow, it was so sad to see that. Again, the game is... So again, if we're getting to that, and this is why I talk about the hypocritical nature of this game. It's such a fucking hypocritical and fundamental mess. So we have a tag team game that discourages synergy, right? You know, it doesn't want you to have double supers and all this kind of stuff. And they did that one patch where you can't DP and assist at the same time exactly where the fuck it was. You know what I mean? So it's like so fucking hypocritical how they make this game. But then you actually have a training mission where the game is basically admitting that this game is so fucking, again, fundamentally flawed and pre-planned. Yet if you use your assist, then you can continue to attack, right? Your turn is not actually over. They said that they spent the whole year on just thinking of assists, right? So it's like, are you admitting it's a tag team game or are you not, motherfucker? What the fuck are you doing with this game? Let the game fucking flow, dude. You know what I mean? It's like, you can't decide. Stop playing the game for people like, we put all this stuff in the game, but I used this example before. It's like, hey, Jimmy brings you over. He's got a new game. It's called Dragon Ball FighterZ, Dragon Ball Fighters, whatever the fuck, right? He's like, here's the rules of the game. And you start playing. And then Jimmy's like, well, I don't like when that rule applies to when you use that character, so it doesn't count. And it's like, Jimmy, you just said that's the rule of the game. Yes, it's the rule of the game, but only if it's with my character. And it's like, Jesus Christ. And then we go into like the double super things, how it still works for some characters, but not others, right? And it's just like, dude, what is wrong with you, dude? Just let us fucking play the game, Jimmy. Stop fucking changing the rules as we're playing the game. Anyway, I don't want to get into this too much but like I said, the game didn't change any of the fundamental flaws in the game. Still an extremely hypocritical game. You know, fundamentally flawed. The thing is, people think, do I hate the game? I don't hate the game. I wanted to like the game. But the game it's just so fucking stupid. I don't appreciate the game, right? That's why I just do combos when I'm bored. If I hated the game, why would I have told everyone how the game was going to work without ever playing it? Because I was able to analyze the game and I knew how it was going to work. It was easy, right? If I wanted to hate the game, why would I have actually shown strategies of the game? Why would I have found out how to make moves unreflectable and shit like that? Like, why would I have found out like those kind of strings I showed? You can make your fireballs so you can't reflect them. All that kind of stuff, right? Because I tried to fathom how I would play the game if I enjoyed it, right? Like, how can I make this game fun? Just like anyone that plays a video game, I'm sure they go to the lab. I guess the lab God, I'm a fucking nerd. I even say that stupid Twitter shit. The lab, whatever the fuck people call it, right? And they're like, you know, you see a game like, how would I play this game? How would I play this game to make it a fun game, right? And so that's why I looked at that kind of stuff. I'm like, oh, okay, I can see this property, you know, and, you know, I could see I could do this. But then you get into shit like, you get into the fundamental flaws of the game. And we're like, again, I'll show you, because I'll start talking about Vegito. So we got, boom, right? So obviously, I can't duck hardness, right? And if I miss this, give me a break. It's like 2 more. Well, I got the reversal first time, right? So you're fucking telling me that my move that isn't even instant, my move that's not instant, is not frame 1 invincible? That's the kind of fundamental fucking bullshit I'm talking about this game. You know what I mean? It's kind of like, what the fuck, dude? So it's like, yeah, okay, well, that one went through, but I can't grab you. That's the whole point. The move is so slow. I'm not saying it has to grab you, but don't make my fucking DP not frame 1 invincible when I do that kind of shit. I have to waste meter when it's not even gonna fucking hit? My counter isn't frame 1 invincible when you can just fucking vanish it? Like, let's see this, right? Like, dude, really? Come on, dude. And that can't be frame 1? That's the kind of fundamental bullshit that I don't appreciate about this game. And I definitely encourage, it doesn't matter if you're doing combos or you're playing the game seriously. I encourage everyone to be able to play different games because you can get a new perspective on things. That's why I was able to do everything in this game without ever playing it, because I played enough video games to be able to like look at something and know how it works instantly. You know what I mean? When you play lots of different games, you can come at a game from a different perspective. You can see different things that might work because you can apply this knowledge to a different situation, right? And I would encourage people when you play games, man, Jesus. God, there were times, you know, God, I don't want to like suck my own dick here with this ASMR thing, but, you know, sometimes, you know, when you play a game, sometimes you can give yourself a challenge. And when I played online before for other games, I used to purposely try to win just by doing stupid shit. Maybe not a way that I enjoyed per se, but I might try to like find a different perspective that I can enjoy this game, try a different play style, right? You know, force myself to win with these moves, whatever the fuck it might be, right? So I've played enough video games that I can try to appreciate games from different perspectives and different play styles. But no matter what I do, when I've thought about how would I play this game to make it fun, oh, I'm sorry, what am I doing? If that shit was gonna happen to me in a real match, I'm gonna be fucking pissed. I can't fucking appreciate that. I can't fucking appreciate bullshit fundamentals in a video game. Okay, I can't work I played a lot of different video games in my day, and I can like make it fun. I can say, okay, I could see how I might play this game to make it fun, right? I might do this, I might do that. But if that shit was gonna be happening to me, no, I just know it would piss me off. I don't fucking like that shit. I don't like the wait your turn moment of this game, but then like, oh, but if you use your assist, then it's still your turn. So you're telling me it's a tag team game. Well, it's only a tag team game if you do that, not if you try to double super. Okay, and it's like, well, your character can double super. No, that's just my character. Like, can you stop changing the fucking goddamn rules? What the fuck game are we playing, dude? If you want to play a single player game, just make it a single player game. I'd be more for it, right? But again, Dragon Ball FighterZ Season 3 did not change the fundamental bullshit of this game, which I've gone over many times. Maybe I can make those videos again talking about all the fundamental flaws, etc. And it didn't really add anything interesting, right? It's just a hypocritical game, but anyway. Getting on to Vegito, what do I think about Vegito? Again, I wish that stuff should be frame 1 invincible. I don't know why that's not an air thing. Some things that I do think are good, though. Oh, God, like I said, I think it's almost... What time is it? It's almost 3 in the morning. Jesus Christ, so... certain things are good, like... you know, like this move needed more use, and they did give this move more use, so you know if you're doing... Oh, wow, what the fuck am I doing? Jesus Christ. I'm sorry. I think what I'm doing. You know, whatever. So that has a use, you know what I mean? Because you're like, oh, okay, so that it's giving the move an actual use, right? Because the move didn't have enough use before, right? So you're like, oh, okay, off a vanish situation right there, right? Or you might be like, I gotta think what I'm doing. Like, oh, he's in the corner, so then you're like, oh. I think I missed it. Yeah, I did. I fucked it. I've been exposed, but you get the idea. I'm going to blame that on being almost 3 in the morning. But so anyway, the point is that gives it actually like a use, right? So you're like, oh, okay, this actually has a use. It has a purpose. And, you know, even if you were to like, you know, vanish, you can still... Again, I'm trying to think of fucking examples I'm going to do. So if I recall, bro. So, you know, even if it's not, if it's a non-smash, you know, you still get that. And I'm like, oh shit. Even though I just vanished, I'm triple tag teaming, dude. Raw dog, whatever the fuck I'm doing. You know what I mean? So the move was given a use. That's a good change because the move didn't really have a good use before, right? So I think that's a good change. The Banshee Blast stuff, I know people are talking about that a lot. Unfortunately, like I talked about in some of the sparking videos, it's actually kind of crazy, you know, that... Well, first of all, shout out to people acting like they found it now when I was doing it when the game came out, right? You know, but, you know, they made the Banshee Blast stuff easier, but because they made it easier, like at first I thought, you know, because it doesn't actually make much sense that they made this bigger, right? It doesn't make much sense that they made the fireball bigger because the fireball having a bigger hitbox isn't really the problem. The problem of the move is that it's a conundrum of the game, for better or worse. It shows off the best aspects and the worst aspects of the game, potentially for Vegito, I guess. But overall, as a game, it shows off the best aspects of the game because of the whole homing dash, fireball, tug of war, reflect thing, right? But the thing is, the move is just too slow, and you can get even if you do the non-reflectable fireball setup, you know, it's still you can only make yourself safe. You don't really get like a mix-up off it or anything. So, you know, the fireball, it being a fireball or having a bigger hitbox isn't really a problem. That's why I said they should have given it an EX move. So at least it keeps the person honest, and that counts as like a laser beam, right? And you can't go through it, right? So I was confused why they would make the fireball bigger. Like, what would they be doing, right? So when you're first doing it and you're like, ah, shit, what am I doing? I'm trying to pause when I show this, right? So, because I want you to see. So you're like, oh, okay, so the fireballs all, so you see those two fireballs? That's what I'm trying to show. So it's like, oh, because I was thinking like, how would they make this move bigger? Because if the fireballs are bigger and they're hitting faster or something like that, the Banshee Blast stuff links shouldn't actually work, right? But it's like, oh, see, those actually hit kind of late, right? So it's like, oh, okay, so then I'm like, oh, so they just kind of, I was like kind of impressed. I'm like, oh man, they must have just made the hitbox bigger, so it's just barely once it starts to come out, right? So I'm like, oh, okay, it's like more kind of like universal now. There's more setups, blah, 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 right? But then once you do the sparking kind of stuff and you know you do that kind of stuff, which is crazy that everybody universally, right? It's kind of sad that I never got to see people doing that in a real match because I do think it is realistic with practice. But unfortunately, those setups don't work on a few characters now, which is kind of sad, right? But, you know, it is what it is. Again, I don't know why people complain that it's hard. You just super jump when you do the medium now. I know people talk about this. I'm not even gonna like attempt to do it because I'm sure I'm gonna get it wrong. But so when people are talking about the tiger knee one, I don't know if people are confused as to what I'm saying. So when I'm saying the tiger knee one, so if I'm like this, boom. Again, I'm gonna try to pause so you can look at the yellow meter when I do this, right? I just want you to see. Yeah, see, I fucked it up already. Right? Well, see, that was like a frame off there, right? That's the one you got to do the tiger knee for, okay? And you're gonna see. See, I fucked up. That's gonna be like a frame off again, right? Frame off again, right? That's a just frame to get that second one. That's a just frame to do that. So the second one is hard. This first one with just a super jump isn't hard, but the second one, and see if we just, I'll just do a fireball, right? So you'll just see. Look at where the yellow hits. See? It only hits when there's like one frame, right? So the second one is actually, you know, oh, fuck me, dude, right? Fuck me, dude, right? Yeah, there we go. I got it, see? It's actually like a just frame. It's actually pretty, well, I don't know if you guys would, I think I said that. My controller, unfortunately, I bought that controller and already fucking broke after a couple months. I'm very fucking, so now I need to get another new controller. Jesus Christ. So I'm back on this controller that's, what, 3 or 4 years old now, motherfucker. This thing is fucking falling apart. Unbelievable, but anyway, so the second one is hard, right? You know what I mean? That one's like a tiger, you know, that one's like a, God, holy shit, fuck my titties, right? That one is like not realistic, I don't think. I think if they made it like, if they made this move, so this move was a frame fat, but you know, if the Banshee Blast was a frame faster or something like that, you know, it might change all the setups, but I guess if they made his jump medium, like another frame of stun, you know what I mean? That might be a little bit, that might make it more realistic, but again, the regular Banshee Blast stuff, that's not hard. That's B&B stuff. I showed that off, you know, right when the game came out, basically, right? You know, all those kind of shit. But the second one in the staircase is a tiger knee. That is difficult. That's not super realistic. It's easier versus some characters, you know what I mean? But, you know, it's pretty specific. It's pretty combo video. I know I showed I don't have him on the team, but there's it was, what was this? Something like that, right? And that one's easier if you hold down the fireball when you do it, for whatever reason. Don't fucking know, just seems to be easier. I haven't showed it in a video yet, but the staircase does work in the corner versus Brawley, actually. And again, I don't have him on the team, but I can show you some other ideas I haven't actually, are pretty close to hitting. You can actually do, so again, trying to show ideas that I was hoping would work. I'm not sure what I would show. So if you're doing this backwards auto combo thing, you know what I mean? For all these things again. I know it's blue. I'm trying to pause while I show this to you, so it's kind of difficult, but so anyway, that missed a hit, but that will actually hit Brawley for all 5 hits with the backwards auto combo. So that would be fucking sweet if that were, dude. You know what I mean? Backwards auto combo, but the jab will just barely fucking miss. But I'm not totally convinced that that doesn't work. You can get pretty close mid-screen too, for some characters. See, I gotta try to remember to go backwards, right? So yeah, whatever. You get the idea, but you know, it's pretty close mid-screen versus some characters too. But maybe that's good that that doesn't work, because then he would just have an auto combo Banshee Blast loop over and over and over again, and that would just destroy you. Another idea I've had that I haven't been able to get that might work is, so if you're doing something like this, boom, and then that hits really, really late. I know it's blue. I'm trying to pause while I show this too. And then you jump up, dude. Look, see, that was 4, so that was pretty close. I think I need a couple more frames, but I've actually come very close to hitting that. So that actually might work. Again, that's another thing I'm not sure. You might be able to get there, but again, that's another setup if you guys want to try. So then, see, yeah. I've gotten that pretty close. Again, I only spend so much time labbing because I don't want to get bored, but That might be a combo video. I got some other combo video stuff, some kind of fun stuff to show you guys still that I haven't showed, but some more wacky kind of cross-up shit, but yeah, so, you know, I don't know, the Vegito change, again, I guess the real thing is, I think that's a good fundamental change because it didn't have a lot of use. I still would have liked to see, you know, the grabby thing, that being off the ground or something like that, but no dice, I guess, you know what I mean, but again, I guess this kind of, that kind of takes place, whatever. Oh, wow, look at me, Jesus Christ, dude. That's 3 in the morning combos for you. But you get the idea, because, you know, even if it's a vanish, you know, I think that's a good change, right? And that does do more damage than the other shit, so. Anyway, it gives you better position and that kind of stuff. Again, I'm not really sure what to say. I guess we're kind of testing out the mic. So those are some Vegito ideas. Again, I don't know what to really tell people. Again, that's not, the Banshee Blast thing isn't that hard. The Tiger Knee thing is hard. The Tiger Knee, the second one in the staircase is hard because, you know, it's like a just frame and, you know what I mean, it's pretty tight. I don't think I've gotten that more than a few times in a row. So it's pretty difficult. Other than that, like I said, I mean, again, what do you want me to really say? You didn't really, the game, there isn't really much changes in the game. It's kind of fucking dry and boring, right? So, at least Vegito got that, which is kind of interesting, but, you know, whatever, dude. Anyway, that's me rambling about the game. I got exposed, missed some combos, but that happens, I guess. What are you going to do, right? Anyway, the end. I'll talk about, I know I got Gogeta and Brawley here. I'll show you some guys, some, like, cool ideas that I had with them that I might work on later.